So, I'm going to tell the story of this guy. For those of you who don't know, my name is Hudson Taylor. This is my GSXR 750, 2007, and I wanted to tell you the story about it because how I came to own this thing is kind of funny. So, I go to a motorcycle group called Bikes and Coffee, YVR, where here in Vancouver they're a local, not a club, but they're an organization where we just kind of meet up, we chat, it's a community. It's an awesome community, so if you want to come by, definitely come check it out. But I was at one of these motorcycle meets with a couple of my friends, and then we were going to pick up another one of my friends, but first we had to fill up with gas. So we take a little rip down the highway, we fill up at a gas station, and I see this dude on this cool looking CBR. And I'm like, hey man, like how's it going? Like cool bike, da-da-da, tell me about it. He was a man of few words, said almost nothing, where he was basically like it's this bike. I'm like, okay, cool, how long have you been riding for? This many years. What got you into riding? I like it. Or you're not giving me the energy, that like any energy. I'm like, okay, you don't want to talk to people. So then I'm getting back on my bike and I'm going to fill it up, and then this other dude, Matthias, he comes up and he's like, hey man, cool bike, like this thing's so cool, like it looks like the color's beautiful, and etc. And I was like, oh okay, yeah, hey, how's it going, da da da. We start chatting, and then brings me over to his car where he's showing me his Volkswagen Golf. It's a Mark IV, and he was basically telling me about this car and how much he loves it. And I was like, hey man, like I'm looking for something just like this. Like I just have the motorcycle right now. It's my main mode of transportation and I love it, but like something like this would be perfect. And then he tells me, he's like, well actually I've got one of those at home, but it's a TDI, it's a 2001, so yeah, like if you want to come fix it up, it needs some work, but like just come over to my place and we'll work on it. And I had wished for a project car for like the longest time since I was into cars when I was a kid. Now, it wasn't a big project, but it was still lots of fun. Like I still just got to get something running with a buddy and made a friend along the way. Man, it gets hot in this helmet. So when we were at the gas station, we were gonna go pick up my friend Taylor, and we were gonna go for a ride with her and bring her on the back of someone's bike. I was with two of my other friends, and then the third and fourth that we just made at the gas station, one of them being Matthias, one of the guys being on the CBR. So then going from there, when I'm talking to Matthias, he's like, oh, I know Taylor, I was just ripping up with her on the Sea to Sky earlier. I'm like, oh, it's a small world, eh? So then going from there, one of my friends let me ride this bike. I got on the highway with this thing. Mind you, I was coming from a 2-cylinder 500 carburetor bike. And this is a 4-cylinder. I'm not going to give you all the details right now, but I get on this thing, and as soon as like the seating position was so different, and it was just like, this is wicked, this is so cool, it feels really big. Then from there we went onto the highway, and I'm just like kind of getting used to it and getting a feel for it. And then I'm just cruising in fourth gear. I'm going like, let's say like 120. And from there, I'm cruising at 120, and then I gear down from fourth to third to second to first, and then it's still at 120. It was just screaming. I'm like, oh my God, this thing's crazy. And then it still had some room to go. But then basically, so this thing was like fast as hell. And I was like, if I have a bike like this, I can't have a bike like this. I'm gonna do so much stupid stuff on it. And then what ended up happening was, so we're all squatting out. We go to my friend Taylor's place, and she was expecting, I think, just me, I think. And then there was like 4 or 5 of us that pulled up. It was like a whole squad. Like we got like 1, 2, 3, like 3 or 4 motorcycles, and then 1 car as well. So I'm like, hey, we're here, and like the whole squad pulls up. It was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But then we pick her up, goes on the back of one of my friend's bikes. It was more of a cruiser style, like a Honda, I'm forgetting the name of it. But so we go from there, and we're going downtown to, what's it called? We're just going downtown to like UBC, and then from there, going downtown, we're getting on the bridge, and I'm at this point, like I'm in front of the group, so I'm kind of leading the group. And but then the bridge is like, the bridge that we're going over is usually 3 lanes, and we're used to it being 3 lanes. But there was construction on it, which tapered it down into only 1 lane. So then every single car, like all the other cars were merging into our lane, and I made sure to give the guys lots of space. But then there was one guy where we thought he was gonna just wait and like merge behind us, but he merged in front of me. Like he still had a couple of feet in front of me, and then basically as soon as they merged into my lane, they just hit the brakes like dead stop. And then I locked up like I did like a did a stoppie, got my rear wheel like in the air, and then basically just kissed their license plate. Like I just kissed their license plate, and then my other friend with Taylor on the back, they came up and they barely stopped in time. And then we had my other friend who hasn't gotten back to me if they're okay being named. They couldn't stop in time, hit the back of the bike that Taylor was on, and then went down. And if we didn't have my friend Matthias behind us, then we would have been screwed, because he was able to stop in time because he's a good driver and has he had some decent brakes on his car too. He stopped in time, and from there was able to just stop any cars that were behind him, because otherwise my other friend who ate it might have been toast. We were going relatively slow, we weren't going fast, so that was okay. I'm glad that we were going at that speed. But regardless, we made sure that he was okay. We got him up, and from there we reassessed him. We took him to a spot where we could just get out of the road, and we were sitting in the grass, and then checked him out, made sure he was okay, and all was good eventually. But he's still riding to this day, which is awesome. But then what happened was, I'm forgetting the words and where I was going with this. Basically, I was, so then with Matthias, we started working on the car, him and I, slowly but surely. This is a number of days or weeks later or whatever. And then from there, so we're working on the car, and then from there, I remember one of the nights when we finished working on it, we just went out to Granville Island. We're just chilling out, and we're seeing this dude. I'm not gonna name him and name some things, but basically, what he was doing, basically put a target on his back, and then we're like, okay, well, we gotta go and tell this guy. So we're trying to watch out for him, right? Because he's driving a car, doing some, yeah, he's just whatever. And then from there, what the hell is it called? Okay, whatever. Just tell the raw story. Cut it out if I have to. From there, we're telling him, we're like, hey man, this is what's going on. Hey, just watch out for this. He's like, oh, okay, thanks for the heads up, appreciate you. And then while we're chatting with him, I'm chatting about my business and what I want to do. And then we're all just chatting together. He liked our vibe, and he's like, hey man, I've got a barber shop that's out in Langley. Just come out, you guys will get a free cut. We're like, hell yeah, dude. So then from there, next day or however long passes, we make the appointment to come out to his place. But then Matthias is like, oh, hey, can we bring my friend along? Because she's going to style my hair, because I have no idea what to do. And I didn't, he was dead serious about oh, he has no idea what he wants to style his hair like. But from there, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's sure, I'll meet one of your other friends. It'll be cool. And yeah, but basically the barbershop closed at 7. We left Vancouver at 5, and traffic around that time was horrible. So we were basically going to be late. And I invited my other friend with this bike to come out and shoot with us after. So then we go over to Matthias's friend's place, and then from there, it was we pull up in the garage, and then this girl gets out of her car. She's wearing a bandana and hella makeup, and she's just starts screaming at him, just I've been waiting in here for 40 minutes. I went to go and get gas. I came back and was waiting for another 20 minutes. Why are you guys so late? What the hell's going on? So then I'm I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at her, and because of my how would you say, background and history, I was it was just the I just died in your arms tonight. So I'm sitting here watching her yelling at Matthias, and I'm like, oh my god, she's gorgeous. Okay, let's not get flustered. We have a thing to do. So then I'm sitting there on my phone. I got music playing, and the bike's running. She comes over, and then she's like, hey, how's it going? What's your name? I'm like, I can't hear you. I got music going, da-da-da. And then we just end up going out to the place. We all squatted out together. And then we got to the place. Matthias got his hair cut because he went first. And then he was going to go out and party later. And then I didn't get my hair cut because we were so freaking late. So that was awesome. I went out to Langley for that. But then it ended up being a worthwhile experience because as we progressed with our friendship, Matthias and I and his friend and I, and then we ended up dating for a little while, but then that ended up being super toxic, and I'm glad that I'm out of that now because my mental health was deteriorating. But I found that funny, and then because that's how basically through meeting Matthias at a gas station, I met my current partner. So that was kind of funny. Back to the barber shop when I didn't get my hair cut. So I'm just there. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just making videos. Okay, my other friend pulls up on his Gixxer, and then we're making videos, going from there at the gas station. But then this dude, so we finished shooting at the gas station, and then I kid you not, we get 20 seconds around the corner. 20 seconds. Not even. It was 15 seconds. We pull out. We take a left, and then we're starting to turn right. And then I'm looking in my mirror, waiting for him to turn the corner. I don't see him. Look at my left mirror. I don't see him. So I do the full, like, turning all the way around, looking for him, and I don't see him anywhere. Oh no, that's a lie. Haha, I lied. Looking at my right mirror, he's not there. Look at my left mirror, he's not there. I turn all the way around, and then I see him with this motorcycle up on the median. It was like one of the little ones. I was like this high. And he's just standing there looking at this thing, hands on hips, just looking at it. And I'm like, dude, what the hell did you do? So I turn back around and I go up to him and I'm like, what happened, dude? He's like, oh man, like it slipped out, the bike's like this, da da da. I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? He's like, not wearing any gear except for like gloves and a helmet. He's like, yeah, man, but the bike, it's all messed up, man. Like, da da da. I'm like, okay, well, as long as you're okay, that's all I really care about. It sucks that we can't get home now and you got to get a tow. But then, so then we shot some more stuff while we were there, but then picked up the bike and then it was busted. Like the crank casing busted open, it was leaking oil. Well, like it just dumped all of its oil so you couldn't ride it. And from there, he got his brother to come out from Vancouver to go all the way back to his place and then come back to where we were at, which is a long way to go. So that was kind of crazy. Like, can't believe his brother actually went out of his way to do that for him. But then what ended up happening? So then some time passes and I was just riding my ride, and then I came to the point where there was one day where a film crew, point where I was like, man, like, I kind of want something new. Like this bike, like I know it's fun, but it just feels like I'm lacking a bit of power. Like it doesn't feel like a full reflection of me anymore, which I really want my things to be, like as a reflection of me. So then from there, thinking, what was I talking about? So then I go to sell, so I bought this bike because I just wanted something new. My neighbor, he's very spiritual. He's like, hey man, like if it's meant to be and you want it, like just, you'll manifest it somehow. Like you already know what you've got to do. Everything will just fall into place. You just got to take action. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. So then I went out, I chatted with my buddy, bought this bike off of him. And this is the part that I've been trying to leave out for the whole time because I thought it was funny. I'll leave it till the end actually, so stay tuned for that. But I bought this bike off of my buddy, knowing everything that had happened to it and how it was fixed up. And then, but then the day that I was selling my other motorcycle, there was a dude who basically messages me. He was needing like a lottery assurance. He's like, hey man, like da-da-da, like what do you do? I was telling him, like he came over to my place to buy the bike for a cheaper price than I kind of wanted, but it's whatever. And then he was like checking it out, asking questions. I'm telling him more information than he needs to know. Like he probably could have figured this out on his own, but I wanted to be totally transparent and clear with everything. So then I was telling him like about the choke and about how to start it and about how it needs like a little bit of love, or like how you say like just give it some gas in the morning because it's cold when it starts cold because it's a carbureted bike and it kind of needs a little bit of that here and there unless it's in pristine condition, but I digress. So I'm telling him everything that I've done to it. I'm like, anytime you need help, man, like just give me a call. But then when he rides away, this is his first bike and he's like just hobbling away on it, like 1 foot down and like stumbling away. I'm like, I hope that this guy makes it home. And I was calling him later to make sure he got home. He got home, which is good. But then that bike basically, it was my baby and it went to an owner that, I don't know, it feels very ego driven, the things that he was doing, where after a month of owning this 500, he said, I think I've learned everything that I can on this bike. Mind you, I had this bike for 4 years and I still wasn't at the full capacity, or I couldn't ride it to its fullest capacity. So I don't know. My opinion, he may have known everything after that, but whatever. I sold my bike to this guy, and on that day that I sold my bike to this guy, I had a call as he was riding away. I got a call from a production office and company, where they wanted to hire me for something, and I was all chaotic. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Basically, they called me. I was answering their questions super quick. There was a lot of other stuff. I was like, what's going on? And then basically, yeah, I forgot to add in the part where, well, so there's that. Didn't end up getting the job, unfortunately, but that's because I was just completely honest, and I was like, I don't know the system that you want me to use. So then they're like, we love your energy, we love all this, but it's not going to be a good fit. Like, thanks again, like, we'll da-da-da. And then from there, I had sold my bike. My bike had gone to someone who didn't know anything about bikes, and I pray for that motorcycle and that guy too, considering he wants to upgrade from that bike. And ended up with this bike. And the funny part was that the person that I bought this motorcycle off of, his name is Hudson. My name is Hudson. My last name starts with a T. It is Taylor. His last name starts with a T. It is Trelaw. He's taller than me. I'm shorter than him. He is younger than me by a year, and I am older than him by a year. But I'm shorter, he's taller. I'm like, well, how do we refer to each other? How do we, like, within the group, how do we know who's who? Which Hudson's Hudson? Because they say Hudson, and we both go, yeah, what's up, dog? So then we gave him the name Lil Huddy, which is fucking fire name. But yeah, this bike was passed down from Hudson to Hudson. And everything that led up to that, from a year ago, with me riding the bike, to today, where I now own the bike. And yeah, and within a month, I got like 2 tickets, because this thing is like, there's no use for the power anywhere unless you go to a track or something. But anyways, yeah, that's the story of this motorcycle and how it came to be my possession. I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah. But now, little Huddy and I, we go around to some bike meets, and we're like, hey man, I'm Hudson. Oh, cool. And what's your name? Oh, my name's Hudson. And we just kind of trip people out like that. But it's kind of fun. It was cool. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. There's going to be more to come. This is my first time telling a story like this with this whole setup. Because I'm also using this brand new prime lens that I have. Where's my focus? There we go. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll make something of this. Bye for now.